because he has to.
Oh, little cutie. Many of us have had that moment, right? You're out in public and your baby starts screaming very adorably.
Well, that was kind of a joyful squeak, right?
I know.
That wasn't the worst example.
It wasn't the worst, but for V. Whitaker, a mother in Georgia, she took her 8-month-old daughter to a cafe when you heard the little girl there screaming. So a customer asked V. Whitaker to leave, saying the baby's screams were hurting his sensitive ears. So he told Whitaker that if she couldn't keep her infant quiet, she should go. But the mother said that she and her child have a right to eat out, just like everyone else. Let me tell you, she was like, I'm staying, and he stayed.
Okay, I mean, everybody has thoughts right now. I know at home you got thoughts too. So how in the world can parents manage kids in a public space while showing both accountability, really, and kindness to everybody else? ABC parenting expert Bethany Braun-Silva joins us now with practical advice for handling these kinds of moments. So Bethany, that one was kind of a joyful, high-pitched squeak, okay? It wasn't like a full-on meltdown. And young parents, I feel like, particularly of this kinder, gentler parenting set, say kids will be kids and let it be. But what's the right thing to do now, because other people are paying for a meal and times are hard?
There are two answers, two ways I want to go with this. Yes, kids will be kids, but parents have to set the tone, right? We cannot expect our babies and our toddlers to, behave, be quiet, be appropriate in every public situation. But as parents, we can manage how we step in when they don't, when they are disruptive, quote unquote. We can anticipate and respond quickly. Of course, we can prepare with snacks and soothing toys. And sometimes it means just a baby, to take a break. But really the key here is your awareness, right? Knowing when to step in, when to redirect, and when it might be even time to call it a day. I think we've all had that moment, like wrap it up, we're going home.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who, thinks, I'm a gentle parent, but I also am firm.
Yeah.
When it matters, like when one year Shayla was kicking the seat in front of us on a plane, firm, low voice, she stopped when I told her to stop, because we don't tolerate certain things, and you got to step in, you got to be the parent. But I got to say, as soon as we got on that plane, we felt judged.
Yeah.
You feel judged when you are with kids, especially if they're making noise.
That much is true.
So how can a parent, stay calm when being judged, literally?
That's it. You have to stay composed. Of course, our kids are going to pick up on any stress, especially if we're feeling it. And then the things can really start to spiral. Again, take the short break if you need it. If you're on a plane, again, that awareness is really what it is. That self-awareness, knowing that I've got this, I'm under control.
Don't let your kids just kick my seat.
Calm body language shows that you're taking responsibility, not only for the people around you, but also for your kids too. If they see that you're firm and you're in control, it will de-escalate much more quickly.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of debate online about who is responsible in this situation, very specifically, right? The parents or the public. I would say before I had my son, it was definitely, the parents' fault. I'd be like, control your kid, figure it out.
You see?
I got to be honest with you. I'm a parent now of a 16-month-old, and it's definitely the public's fault. So who's fair? Who do we expect to be right in this situation?
I will say responsibility and awareness does start with the parent. It really, again, parenting takes a lot of preparation, especially parenting in public, and even a little bit of restraint. So I would say it does fall on the parent in this case to bring those activities, to bring those snacks, to kind of prepare for the worst possible moment. You're going to want to choose family-friendly venues if you can at maybe off-peak times. Be proactive to help to help prevent problems. And again, courtesy sets the tone for everyone. I will say, I want to give V, this mom, her flowers here. She had 3 other older children that were incredibly well behaved. This was a family-friendly place she had that she frequented, so she was a regular there. So let's just I also think, as far as the public versus the parents, a little tolerance goes a long way. These are our littlest citizens, right? And they're learning how to move through the world. So tolerance for them.
I understand the parents' perspective, and I understand the older people's perspective clearly. Just notice the white hair. But some of it is also knowing the right place to take your children. You got to time their meltdowns. You know them. You're with them every day, so you know how many hours they can behave well, and what's a good venue for them. She picked a family-friendly venue. I totally get this. But when something happens like this, here's my question. You've done everything right. This young woman did everything right. And still you're going to, and this kid was giggling, but they have a meltdown. How do you not be a viral moment? Everybody's got a phone. What do you do?
Well, the viral moment here in this situation, it really depends. She was the one who was filming in this
That's
instance,
true.
right? So, but what I would say, if you don't want to go viral, again, stay calm, stay polite. Our kids are watching. So if you always kind of keep that in mind, our kids are watching how we kind of, not only how we order our food, but how we manage conflict in these tough situations. If you have older kids, you can use that as a way to teach them about how we manage conflict.
Yeah.
And then really just modeling patience and awareness. I'll say it again, parenting in public takes a bit of restraint, a lot of preparation and a bit of restraint. So knowing that going into it,
Public is different from home.
This is
and
a
that
very
is a
good
good thing to
reminder.
set up.
I mean, you're making me like, my road raging with the kids.
You do not.
They're the best
I
barometer.
don't buy that at all. I don't.
Have you
Shoot,
seen
darn
how
it is not a
people
road rage.
drive in this
no,
town?
I know. But you go,
No,
oh shoot.
But you're
is
right.
not
Our kids are watching.
Always
They are
watching.
so watching, and they're taking notes.
If you took anything from today, just learn, keep your kids out of Sam Champion's Michelin restaurant, okay? When Sam is eating at the
Stop
finest
playing
restaurants in New York City, you get your kids out.
Bethany, thank you for
Thank
that.
you,
I love
guys.
that conversation. It was so needed.
And you had really good tips for parents.
Yeah, thank you.
Stay